All right, welcome everybody. Okay,
Meow.
so finally I get to interview the homie, my mentor.
Period
The
poo.
ask questions that people ask me, I'm going to be asking you. I'm going to try to keep it to half an hour, but you know how that goes. You know, it's a whole vibe.
The whole
So,
vibe. Whole
yes,
vibe.
the first question, the number one question I get, you can answer this or not,
Okay.
is he single?
Yeah,
First
so
of all,
I'm
I don't, I've never even asked you that, although, I know you. My response to them is always go ask him. Go ask him.
mhm.
Go sign up for a class and ask him.
Oh, I signed
You see how
up
easy
for a class, girl.
it is?
Give me some
And then
points and
report
then
back
I'll
to
let
me
you
in the
know my
DM.
status.
Yes. Let me turn up my volume a little bit here. But so what I want to know first of all is a little bit about you. I know what you like to do, but like what do you do for a living? What are your hobbies outside of fitness? That kind of stuff.
All right. So, outside of me jumping, I am a registered nurse. I'm currently in school to become a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. I love to travel. Prior to me finding my bouncing addiction, I would be on the flight all the time. I catch flight, not feelings every
That
every
part.
flight of the way.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
yeah, I'm well traveled. I've been to maybe over 40 countries, somewhere around there.
Wow.
Yes, I would literally travel like once a month. I would be in a different country in my 20s when I was like traveling hardcore.
Right.
So I love doing that. I am very always have been into fitness. I've always been a fitness person that will go to the gym. I'll lift weights. I've tried to compete for a body show once. So just fitness has always been a part of my life. Did tennis when I was in high school, was on the varsity team, so like, I'm very good with tennis.
Nice. I love
And
tennis
yeah,
too.
yeah, tennis was my thing.
Yeah.
I was good. I
Love
did
it.
good with
Now,
singles.
there's going to be some intermediate questions in between.
Okay.
You ever tried tennis in your rebound boots?
Have I ever did what? I'm sorry.
Have you ever tried doing playing tennis in your rebound boots?
I've never tried. However, I will be cautious with that because, with tennis, you have moments
A lot
almost like
of
with basketball where, you may have to go for a ball pretty fast and the
yeah.
ankle support may not be there the way that it should, because the shoes are mainly, tennis shoes is definitely there for tennis, but for the boots, I don't think I would try that because, there's a way
Okay.
you do your forehands, a way you do your backhand, and sometimes the
Right,
boots
right.
may not
Right.
align well with that, so I'll be cautious with that though.
Okay. Okay. Moving on. This is so fun. I just everything that could happen before this video happened, including the technical issues. And I was
Uh-huh.
to a point where I was like, you know what? Let me just call him and cancel. I was like, no, not today,
No,
Tim.
no, no.
Not today.
No, no. We're gonna, there's singing still gonna be involved, okay?
Yeah, we're gonna press on.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're into jump roping. You're also into rebound boots or rebounding fitness. Which
Right.
came first? Did you jumping first, or did you have the boots first and then you incorporated the boots, or how did that work?
Um, so the jumping came first. I met these girls in Florida. They're called Soca Bounce Girls. And
Jumping
fell in love
boots
with
came
it.
first. Rope. I'm sorry.
So I've always jump rope for, 5 to 10 minutes before I would work out the gym. But I never did know about the jump rope community. But to answer your question, I started jumping first before I started doing all these tricks and stuff in the jump rope. So occasionally I will always jump rope just, as for fitness, just to prepare my body, warm my body up before I start working out. But then when I started doing tricks is after I realized that there was a whole jump rope community. Because when I was, when I got into the jumping and everything was so exciting, and so you start looking at different things on Instagram, and then that's when
Yes,
I was like, I came across Lauren Jumps, which is one of the girls I follow, and she's
yes,
one of
I know.
my I look up to her because she literally like little girl from London lost everything during the pandemic, and her wedding was put on hold. It was just so much going on in her life, and she picked the jump rope up and she just started teaching herself how to jump rope. And after that I realized like, oh wow, like she really like millions of followers in less than 5 years and like totally changed her life upside down. Like her story is pretty like amazing. And that was one of the fires that took place. And then of course looking at other people Instagrams and seeing where they, everybody got a different niche. And as long as you put the work into that niche, that, one day something's going to happen. It may not happen as fast as you like it to, but as long as you keep at it, and that's the hard part is keeping persistent when you feel like nobody's watching you.
Right. That is true.
Come
You
on,
got to have that
EJ and
self
Bernadette.
motivation. It's got to come from
Exactly. And it's
within.
hard because sometimes you want to give up. I mean, there'll be moments I want to give up. I'll be like, girl, I'm
It's
get these boots to the
true.
side and jump this rope. But I've always had a burning desire to succeed. Even failing forward has been my whole life. Like I'm never going to
That's
stop. I'm going
what's
to fail
up.
forward. Hey, Bernadette.
Right on. Hi guys, everybody who's joined. So I have a, as you know, I'm a flight attendant,
Uh huh.
and there is a male flight attendant whenever we have a sit. A sit is what we say in the aviation industry. You guys say layover, we say sit. So sometimes
I'll
we'll
sit. Okay.
have a yeah, sometimes we'll have a 15-minute sit, a half an
Okay.
hour sit, a 4 hour sit. But whenever we have a sit, I don't care if it's 10 minutes. He pulls out his jump rope, he goes on the jet bridge, and he just starts jumping. He just starts
Wow.
jumping.
I got to meet this amazing
And
person.
I hope yes, I'm going to send him this interview. And the rest of us, especially before like I knew you, I was like, what the hell is he doing? Like,
Right.
Asha, come on, jump with me. Hell no, I'm trying to go get some food, come back to the plane. We got a board in 15 minutes. Absolutely not. But getting to know you and knowing him, again, I'm going to send him this video
Okay.
when it comes to not just rebounding but also jump roping. Do you get in where you fit in? You get it in when you can? Do you have a set schedule? How does that work?
I'm the type of guy that, I'm very routine. So like throughout the week I work night shift as a RN. So a lot of my videos come out, I'll jump rope. So I'll do my fitness, which is like my lifting weights and my conditioning, for like an hour, and then I'll the last 30 minutes, or not the last 30 minutes, but 30 more minutes, I'll invest into learning a new trick or crafting the tricks that I already learned. And what really helps me is music. So a
Yeah,
lot of the reason why I've done like advanced so fast was because of music. Because like literally, when you're listening to a song that you resonate with,
yeah,
and that's when the tricks start coming out. That's when it's like my jump rope is a musical instrument. It feels like it because when you're doing it right, and that's what helped me learn the new tricks.
that
That
is
would help
something.
me increase my endurance because time will go by. So because you're just learning different stuff and you look at a new trick, and then your brain just somehow,
Yeah,
your body just learn how to do it. And yeah,
right.
so I normally do about 30 minutes after I do my conditioning workout for the hour. So I work about an hour and a half, sometimes two, depends on how much, like, because I get so excited when I'm jump
Yeah,
roping that it's like I just can't get enough. It's almost
yeah.
like, oh my God, this is amazing. I love it.
I like to call it that chi.
Exactly. It's
It
my chi.
is,
Exactly.
yes, it is that feeling
Hmm.
that you get. It's these endorphins that literally just go off. For me personally, and I want to talk to you about this as well. I first started noticing it when I bought my first rebounder trampoline
Uh-huh.
or mini trampoline as it's commonly known.
Right.
And I just thought I could do this all day without a
Yes.
routine, without anything, just jumping. And it is those endorphins that get up in. Speaking of which, I noticed you recently purchased a mini trampoline or a rebounder. How are
I
you like?
have. So I find, a little time here and there to do maybe like 2 or 3 minutes of it. It's cool. It makes me, again, like one of the things, the reason why I love bouncing, because it makes me feel like a little kid. And so the trampoline does the same thing. And it's so funny because, I'll take it out in my community and out where the kids area is, and I'll film there. And so I'm just bouncing and I put some music on my AirPods. And so, yeah, I really enjoy it. It definitely helps. Like, it's a different way. You don't have as much security as you do with the boots because boots is around you. But
Correct.
opposed to like with the trampoline, I don't have that handle, so I'm just freestyling when
Right.
I'm jumping. And so I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it.
Have you
I'm
have
just
you
very different.
fallen, have you fallen off the trampoline yet?
No, no, no. I haven't fallen. I've been jumping up high, doing my little thing. So no, I haven't fallen. I'm
Right.
pretty good about my balance. That's one
Yes.
thing. Coordination has always been my strong point. So that's why I'm able to do a
Oh,
lot of different stuff. Like in
that's
tennis, you got to have good coordination. Like when you're doing your forehand, your backhand, your serving,
right.
like from eye to ball to arms, your coordination got to be good. So I've always had like an athletic kind of gift, I
Okay.
guess, naturally because I'm very athletic. So yeah, I didn't have any trouble with my balancing.
Very
Haven't
nice.
fallen.
This
Thank
brings
gosh.
me to,
Thank
this
gosh.
brings me to the next question. I get this a lot. Have you ever fallen in those boots? Have you
I
ever
I haven't fallen in the boots.
now you
I
with you jumping rope,
hmm
it, it's a lot more technical. So
it's a
I'm
lot.
not saying
It's a lot technical, right? I'm not saying
yeah,
that you won't fall in the boots. Hopefully you won't. But I haven't fallen in the boots. I've been pretty like good about like my coordination and my timing. And yes, you will like your the rope will get caught in the boots because I let me tell you for the first year, like I that was frustrating. It was very very frustrating. And but after you get better and better and better, and then of course sizing the rope is also a thing that when you get invested into the jump rope community, then you'll better understand how to size your rope because sizing also has a lot to do with if your rope get caught up in your boot, depending on how you're doing it. Because it's like, when they say elbows in as far as you can go, with shoulders up, your core tight, and using your wrist, that helps in like being able to, skip and not get your rope so caught up in the boots or the buckles or on the side or all any of that.
and
But yeah.
that was one of the first lessons I learned from you
Hmm.
in roping. I didn't realize my arms. I was that was just a habit. I just
Yeah.
always jumped with my arms right up. He said, no, bring your elbows in. I think he said. And I was like, wow, I really do have more control.
Yeah, you naturally want to take your arms out because and also it works against you because when you spread your arms out, then you're giving yourself less room to jump over the rope. Like you're going to like you spread out, the rope comes up and then you jump is hitting your buckle. So it's like no, you got to bring it in so you have more room. Or if you have too much rope and
Yeah.
then it's a lot slower than what it should be. So yes, those things that you got to be conscientious of when you're jump roping. So then you'll get
And the
better.
weight of the rope, because I realized I definitely purchased the wrong type.
The weight of the rope. Sometimes I've heard some people. I think you even mentioned it that sometimes having a heavier rope, it's easier to jump over it because you can kind of feel it coming. So but that of course tire you out a lot quicker. Your arms be sore. Like Bernadette, she's on the live right now too, and what she's got a lot of experience in like using heavy ropes with weighted. I haven't did many weighted ropes. I've tried them out, which
Okay.
it would be a good idea to even have because it help tone up your body even more. Like
Right.
biceps, triceps having a heavy rope.
Exactly. Oh, hi, Bernadette. I don't think we've met, but hello and welcome.
Yeah, Bernadette. Oh my gosh, not to steer away from the conversation too much, but she's amazing. She's been jumping for like over a decade. She has gotten Advil commercials, jump roping. She's have her own app, jump roping. She does cordless jump roping.
Oh,
She has so much experience with it. So yeah, she was one of the reasons actually why I got so much more invested. She was got me onto the music portion of it because I found her on TikTok.
okay.
And I saw a video she did on TikTok in New York, and she was killing it by the Times Square. And I was like,
What?
oh, I want to do it. And so that's what and I met her actually last year when I met Annie for the very first, well, I met her second time after I met. Anyways, she was the reason why I went to a jump rope meetup. I didn't know nothing about that. She invited me to come out. And so that's where at that point, it was like person on crack. I just went crazy.
I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Thank you. Okay, so my questions are not in any particular order. Um, Again, like I kind of wrote them out or during the course of the week, and then today when I came, I did have an order, but when this happened, I was like, let me just ask, let me just talk to them.
Okay.
So forgive me if I jump back and
Well, no,
forth.
no. I totally understand. Thank you for giving me the time.
Okay. So now, once I went to a class with Rosie Love, who is an instructor here in Southern California. She teaches rebound boots and the arrow work,
Hmm.
and she also teaches Zumba, I believe. So, and I took her class because I love taking classes, and I wanted to try the boot. I wanted to try the arrow work.
Hmm.
Um, and she said something to me. She kept making the mistake saying, like, hey, hey guys, say hi to Asha, the instructor, or Asha, the instructor. I kept saying, Rosie, I'm not an instructor. Like, please don't mind us, young ladies. And she said, oh, I'm sorry, I meant the enthusiast. And I thought, oh, I guess
Oh,
that's what I
okay.
am. Yes. So for
Enthusiast.
you, would you call yourself an enthusiast? Are you certified? If so, by
Hmm.
who? And, and most importantly, do you teach? Do you offer, I know you do pop-ups, but do you offer private classes? Tell us about
So
that.
I'm a licensed instructor underneath Fit Boots, and I've been teaching in the a platform, a dance platform with Fit Boots. I haven't been married to having a consistent schedule where I'm every Monday or every Saturday I'm having a class. I do more pop
Yeah,
ups, and my journey with like rebounding is more or less like I'm focusing now that I finally discovered my platform that works for me because I'm not really a dancer per se. I like to dance, but like it's not my thing. However, with the boots, they have something called Trabata. And so what I've been doing was I've been adding Trabata with the jump rope.
and
So I'm not sure if you know what Trabata
if you
is.
don't if you don't mind going into detail about Trabata, I know very
So
little
Trabata
about it.
music is basically taking your everyday trending music, right? And they add like it's like a 20-second workout with 10-second rest. So say for instance we're playing Cardi B. I like it like that, right? And it
Yeah.
goes, and so the music is set into music, built in music. So you have somebody saying 3, 2, 1, go. Then 20 seconds. Then 3, 2, 1, stop.
Oh,
It's saying that all throughout the music. And so this gives me the ability to teach different movements without having to be conscientious or trying to hear the master beat or
yeah.
knowing like when I need to tune in or have people be prepared to do the next movement. And so that works better for me, and so that's what my journey going to be, is not my ongoing class in the future. I'm only going to use traumatic music, so as I'm teaching
Yeah.
people how to jump rope, I have that I can visualize, see them like, hey, do this movement, and I can go around the class and be able to engage like, hey, do this different, do that different, opposed to just doing like a whole workout
Right.
where it's kind of like,
I love
it
that.
works better for me. Hmm.
I've seen a few instructors that do it. I believe Philly Jumps, they
Yes,
offer
she does it.
Tabata. I have not seen that in SoCal. Mind you, I've only attended about four or maybe five classes throughout LA or LA County, but I haven't seen anyone specifically introduce
Annie's on.
Tabata.
Like,
So
so Annie's on.
it's kind of like hit workout.
It's a hit workout. And it's good because like it gives people the ability to learn,
Okay.
and for that 20 seconds. Now it will tear you out. So Christina at Joni, she actually has a certification for using Tabata music.
Okay.
And I did part of it before I left. It was in Florida when they had the Jump Fest event. And like it's very advanced, but it will get you right. She have you on the ground doing sit-ups, doing push-ups, doing sprints, all up in the boots. But of course, when you can teach it the way that you want it. Like you also have to look at your class and know what your clientele is like before you actually teach the class. Because if you got able bodies who've been rebounding for 10 years, okay, they can get on the ground doing push-ups and pick themselves back up and do that. But no,
Yeah.
and you just kind of like, I like the platform for me because it's like 20 seconds. Go hard, 10 seconds rest. 20 seconds, I need you to get 100 jumps in, and then 10 seconds rest. Okay, now we're going to do side jumps. I like that. That works better for me than to be listening for
I
the master beats.
actually like the sound of that because I've always said, and I've mentioned this to a few instructors, how do you guys do this for 45 minutes to an hour without a break? I look at some of them and I've been told, well, first of all, we've trained,
Right,
we've conditioned our body. And if you notice, a lot of times it may not always be one instructor for the whole 60 minutes. Somebody else may come in, for about 10 minutes or
right.
15 minutes and then, go back from there. So I like the sound of this. So it's pronounced Trabata.
Tabata music. Sorry, I said trap, but Tabata music. Hmm.
Tabata, you probably said it right. I have dyslexia and my dyslexia is audible. So
No, no.
GPS to say turn left, my black ass turn right.
I'll
So,
put it in the feed here so everybody know exactly what I'm Tabata.
so
So it's Tabata, and then
now
Tabata
Tabata
music.
is
Yeah.
is not just, it's not a music, it's a style of rebounding. Is that right?
No, no. So Tabata music is basically is adding in like the so like in the music you have somebody guiding you during the workout. So it could be any song. Somebody is saying 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, stop. 3, 2, 1. And that's what's going on in the Tabata music. Somebody is talking. So it's basically guiding you through the whole workout.
Okay, got it.
So it could be any music, but yeah.
So if I have a, let's say everybody knows I'm a huge Prince fan. If I have a Prince playlist, I can make that a Tabata type of
Well,
playlist.
you can. I have to send you a example of what one is.
Yeah,
And it's I've actually was going to play it during the Vegas Jump Fest that we had, and they didn't give the right music. But anyways, not to go back to there, but you would have heard that then with the Tabata music. But it's really simple. It's just they're counting down, and that's when you do your 20 second like high intensity hit training. You go
yeah.
into it, you hit, and then you stop and you rest, and then you go right back into it again. And so for me, that works out a lot better. I'll send you some
Okay.
examples so
And
you know exactly what I'm
you
talking.
know what? Now that you describe it, I think someone at Jump Fest did do exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I believe they did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it was. I just didn't know what the name of it was. So thank you for that. I
That's the
appreciate
most
that. Now
loose training.
I'm gonna see who in SoCal offers Tabata because I would do the live classes. I really would.
Mm-hmm.
If they offered like live streaming and I'm not able to get to the class, I would totally do that. Thank you.
Yes.
So, okay, moving on. Or did you have anything else on that note?
No, like I think that like yeah, I can't wait for you to experience it so you can let me know what you think. Yeah.
Yes. Now, stepping away a little bit, you mentioned
Okay.
fit boots. I want to talk about branding or the type of boots who you are obviously an affiliate with.
Correct.
As a matter of fact, when I purchased my fit boots and I had went back and I looked at some of your videos, I was like, oh crap, he's an affiliate. I should have known that. I, I own three different brands. Just call me a collector. I
Okay.
have Kangoo jumps. I have fit boots. I have bounce boots. I will
Yes.
be getting hour. I'm going to get exos. I don't care. I'm just going to have every
Oh,
brand eventually
okay.
one day.
Right.
With that being said, um, and not to take away from any other brand, but people should know that no two boots really bounce or jump the same.
Right. 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 Everybody got their preference. Yes.
Everyone has their preference and everyone has their, and I'll go even further to say, like, I notice when I'm jumping on concrete,
Mm-hmm.
this is just me, when
Okay.
I'm jumping on concrete, the boot to me that really handles it and doesn't wear as fast, I would say, is kangaroo jump.
Okay. Okay.
Now, I've jumped on grass. I've jumped on. I really love hardwood floors. Hardwood floors to me, I just feel like I'm dancing when I'm dancing on hardwood floors, and
Right.
and that's in any boot. So, would you recommend a person to try different brands first before investing in a pair of boots? I always say take a class.
hmm I think taking a class would be better, the best way before you decide to marry a pair of boots. Now, of course, if you um, have somebody that is a teacher who has all the different brands of the boots, then that's great. But if you only exposed to so many brands, a certain brand, then of course you can't, that's not something that you can control unless you want to go out your way and try them out. But for most part, for fit boots at least, like you can like order a pair, and if it doesn't work for you, then you can always send it back. So
And
and a lot of times most people,
that I found out you could change parts.
you could change parts as well too. Yeah, they're interchangeable. I like that Darina, she put that as a post on there that you can change parts with Aurora and Kangoo. You can do the
Yeah,
shells and stuff like that. So that's great. That's that you can do that. So you won't feel like, oh wow, if I get this boot, then all the parts and products as they come from that company. No, it's all
exactly.
interchangeable. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I love that part too. Okay. Okay. Bouncing or jumping back to jump roping. It is said, and I think I heard you say this too, jumping rope for 10 minutes can burn up to 200 calories depending on the pace.
Yeah, like jump rope for 10 minutes, like equivalent to almost jogging for 30 minutes. Like you know, when you're jump roping, it's creating a huge demand on your heart. Like that's
Yeah.
why boxers jump, like to increase their endurance because it definitely strengthens your heart. So you can burn like for me, I normally jump rope between 30 minutes to an hour. One time I did an hour and I remember I looked at my time, I burned 2,000 calories in 1 hour. And it was, but I was just so addicted because you know I would do a song and then I would learn a new trick and then I'm like, oh my god, I want to do it again. And then I had to, you know, before you know it, I'm like drenched in sweat.
Yeah.
And, and it's because you know I just it's for me I can't get enough of it. But yeah, you can burn a lot of calories. Like you know,
Now, I'm guessing you could burn even more if you incorporate it. I just said maybe 200 calories for 10 minutes. That's just regular jump roping on the floor. So I'm imagining if you add your rebound boost with it, you burn maybe twice.
yeah, you can position bind because you got to think about it too. You're carrying about 4 pounds of weight on your ankle, or not on your ankle, but like on your
Right,
feet
on
when you're
your feet.
jumping. So you know, it's definitely. And then when you picking up the boots, like certain movements, like in jump roping, like if you're doing a knee high, which is basically you taking your knee and you're bringing it up, you know, towards your torso.
Yeah,
You're carrying weight, so you're burning even much more. Your heart is even pumping even that much more harder to be able to, you know, to maintain. You know?
amazing.
So yeah.
Nice. Okay,
Hmm.
so um, if you had to choose between one form of fitness, whether it's treadmill, whether it's lifting weights, whether if you could choose one form of fitness, what would it be?
One form of fitness.
Yeah,
I really do love rebounding. Like I love it because not just because you know it's fun, but is rehabilitative. You know, it's protecting your joints. Like we can't help age is gonna come. You know, it's gonna come for all of us. And you know, there are gonna be certain things that you can do when you're in your youth, and there's gonna be certain things you can't do as you get older.
yeah,
Rebounding is one of those products, as well as the trampoline, where you can be 60, 70, 80, 90 years old and you know still keep maintaining a certain level of activity,
yeah,
you know. So that's where like I love that. That's why you know me jump roping the boots, I was like, oh my, I can jump rope all the way up until you know
yeah,
till I get older. As long as I have the will and you know the stamina to
right,
do it, I can do that. But you know, not saying, I mean, of course you can still jump rope, like you know, 'cause I know Annie, like she's anomaly, you know, 81 years old, still jump roping.
I
Not everybody's knees is going to be the same way. You know,
right,
you lose your cartilage and you got to get knee replacement. So,
yeah.
you know, I like to do things that at this point in my age, I'm approaching 40.
Wow,
And
I would have told you.
I am very like, and of course, working in healthcare, I'm seeing people
Yeah,
coming in needing joint replacements, coming in with different health ailments, and you know you want to keep some form of activity and activity rebounding for me it's rehabilitative. It's the best way to protect your joints.
yeah,
If you want to continue running, you know, then rebounding is a great product to have to you know run to your
yeah,
marathon runs and stuff like that. So treadmill, whatever.
right,
Hiking, of course, it's better to be on something flat when you're hiking,
yeah.
you know, but you know, other than that, yeah, it's good.
Okay, right on. And on that note as well, can you share a success story about somebody you have worked
Hmm.
with the rebound boots and jump roping or both
So
at
I had
any
a
given
gentleman
time?
actually last year. I haven't talked to him since, but he had two bilateral knee replacements. I met him at the gym, and he's put up some weight and always wanted to jump rope, but he couldn't because you know I think he was like around 350, 380,
Oh,
and of
wow.
course we have a limitation on that, right?
Yeah,
Um, I let him try the boots on, but then later down the road, he got his weight under because it's like we only go up to like I think it's like two. I think he got down about to 260, 270 range, whatever.
mhm.
But he was still able to you know get in the boots, whatever, and he was able to jump rope even with the knee replacements and not have any pain or not any discomfort.
That's
And he's
amazing.
been doing it ever since. So I haven't. I told him to send me. Well, I have to reach back out to him. Send me a what he looks like now. So then, you know, it could be a success story.
That's
Yeah.
And I'm sure you have a few of those.
Hmm.
I've seen some on your timeline. I've seen people, you work with.
Hmm. Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, he definitely, it was a, when you lose certain things in your mobility, you don't want to accept it. And he went through that in denial about it, but he knew his body was changing. He had to do what he had to do. But being able to jump rope again just, changed his life. Like he just,
Like Annie used to always say, well, she said, you just move. We've got to move.
body, just move your body. Yeah, you
Just
gotta
move
move your
your
body.
body. Take time. Now I got to be careful with Annie because last time I was there, she was trying to get me to hang from the ceiling, and I'm not ready. I'm not ready, Annie, please.
Yes.
So, but then I look at her and I say, well, damn it, if she can do it at that age, and I'm not quite her age yet, but what is stopping me? So if one person can do it, somebody else can absolutely do it. I'm sure you can do it,
Right.
but yeah, there's now she has a lot of success stories, and I know you had a couple, so that's why I wanted to ask you. And also with that, who do you admire in the rebounding community? Who do you look up to?
Uh, I have, let me see here. Who do I look up to? I love Christina Adroni, how I love how she teaches.
Okay,
Um, I love the structure, and I think that's one of the things I want to develop is more structure in jump roping. And so that's been my journey. It's, because I feel like people respect structure over just, it's cool that I can do my tricks and stuff like that, and I can grab people attention. But structure is the only thing that's really going to get people on board and to see the benefits and of what jump roping is truly, what amazing benefits you can get from just jump roping.
yeah,
And I, one of the things too is like, not everybody have a instructor in their community that can teach a class, first of all,
correct,
right? And when you first get your rebound boots, no matter what it is, you're looking to get trained. You're looking for, okay, what do I do with the boots? I got these boots. What do I do? You're looking online, seeing things you can do. With jump roping, you don't have to go nowhere but to back your yard and just start jump roping. Like
true,
literally, you don't have to, I mean, you can, of course, dance and stuff like that without the rope. But if you just trying to do something 5 to 10 minutes a day, 3 times, 3 days a week, you can do that with a jump rope, and you will, your endurance will build as you continue doing just
yes,
little by little.
yes,
And so that's what I love about it because there's no instructors out where I'm at other than myself, and I don't have a studio. However, I do my pop-up classes. But for me, like I can still get my rebounding and jump roping. I
yes.
don't need to be in a class. I can
And I
get it
find
done
that
that
hard
way.
to believe with a big city like where you are. Like, what?
Well, because it's still relatively like new, rebounding altogether, and not every state, or city, I have that. It's still a baby. Like rebounding only got to this country back in 1990s,
Right,
and and now with all the different brands when the patent got expired, and that's when you have all these brands that
right,
came out, the Error, Diana, Rojas, and
that's
Fit Boots and
right.
all these different other brands started coming out. So it's a baby in the industry. But I know for a fact that next 20, 30 years is going to be a lot more of a shelf kind of product, almost like skates or rollerblades. It's going to be something
Right.
that people look into, especially for rehabilitative purposes.
Yes.
Hmm.
I love that. Thank you. Okay. So we got over the who's your Ireland. And then if I'm kind of looking between both screens, I can't see if anybody's asking questions or
Yeah, no, no.
not. So
Alexis mentioned age and coordination. Exactly. You're so right. Yeah. As you get old, you want to keep that coordination good. Okay.
yes.
I don't know if she's still on. And we have EJ here, who is a certified licensed life coach.
Oh,
And I don't know if he's still on, but quite amazing, man. I interviewed him about a month or two ago. And we've had a wonderful conversation about mental health and yeah, he definitely is an amazing person here. Um, if you guys have any questions, I know Annie just got off. She had a meeting from what she said. Bernadette, do you have any questions? Just to make sure we making sure. Okay. Alexis, oh, she said I am. Alexis, a wonderful person.
okay.
I've been following her and her transition. She's been transitioning. Well, not transitioning, but like, well, I should say transitioning. I will say transitioning into the person that she's always meant to be.
That's
And
what's
I've
up.
been loving watching that journey. I've been enjoying it, must I say. I hope one day I can get her in some boots. We will see.
One day soon. One day soon.
Yes.
Not one day.
Oh
One day
no, we
soon.
did jump together. Yeah, we did. Oh my god, yeah, we did. We did jump together. But I haven't jumped with Alexis yet.
Okay. Okay. So another question, and I think we're wrapping it up here because some things come to me as we talk, and I get a
No
bit
problem.
sidetracked. But in addition to physical fitness, I know you're big on mental health. Tell
Uh-huh.
me how the two coincide, if you will.
Mental health is, one of the things, one of the reasons why I decided to go and become a mental health counselor. Um, Being a nurse, I've been nursing for almost 16 years now as an RN.
Wow.
And I've seen, like, people get their health ailments, bad diagnosis, things that have to change their life from what their norm is. And a lot of the reasons why they can't do the thing they do is because their mind. Because so many different traumas has affected how you see the world. And sometimes you don't even see you have those traumas, right? They just live with them. You learn how to live with the dysfunctions of life. And I really wanted to be a beaker and to be a positive light into helping people who want the help they need to be able to find a resolution. And so with rebounding, for me, we have something called a release, right? In therapy, where sometimes you need to release whatever you're holding on to internally. And a form of that example of it is writing down your feelings. Say, for instance, you went through a breakup with somebody that you thought that was going to be the one. You write all your feelings on a piece of paper, and you go out into the ocean and you set it on fire, and those feelings that you have, you just burn them away. And so I look at rebounding as like a release. It's like when you're going, you're jumping. It's kind of hard to be upset, mad, angry, and frustrated when you're jumping. Have you ever tried? I tried.
I have
And
not.
let me tell you, it didn't work. It
Okay.
did not work. It did not work, and that's exactly so what the lymphatic system is our pump. That's the
Yes.
exhaust system. And so, you cleaning out your exhaust system as you're pumping your serotonin levels. I love homegirl when she said dose. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin,
That's real.
epinephrine. These hormones are all like spiking up as you're getting that nice release from whatever you're going through. Now, it's not going to fix your
Right.
problems, but it's going to clear your mind and help you be able to approach it from different light. Sometimes we
Yes.
just need to set back a little bit, and that's what jumping does. It sets you back a little bit, so then you can come at it from a different perspective.
I
And so, for mental
love
health, that
that.
helps.
I love that. It just makes me, believe it or not, I feel grounded when I'm done. I just feel like, whew, that was that little 10 minutes on that rebounder, whether it's on the trampoline or the boots, that was the key I didn't know I needed
Yeah,
at this moment. So I
yeah.
agree with that. 100.
And that's what fitness is. And let me just put this out there. From I shouldn't I know there's no statistics on it, but I know for most people, like, working out does help. Not it doesn't help everybody now, because sometimes, there's some mental health illness that's they're going through with, like, depression or anxiety. That can have something to do with their serotonin receptor sites, your epinephrine receptor sites, because you may produce the hormone, but your body's not able to absorb it in the
Oh,
blood-brain barrier. So that right there can create challenges. So it's not necessarily, I love to preach that,
okay.
rebounding will help everybody, but some people may not help. They may have some other issues that they are challenges, to say issues. They may have some challenges that they may have to go and get, seek a practitioner, medical professional to help them figure out what would be the best, course of action. But for most people that I've ran into, rebounding, that fitness workout will help you feel good. And even if you only 5 or 10 minutes a day, that's all you need. I used to tell people, look, don't make it as hard as don't make it so hard to do something for yourself, right? Even if you only got 2 minutes to get outside your bed, you wake up in the morning and your routine's normal, you get up, take a shower, and this, that. No, get your boots out, have them in your room, bounce for 5 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just bounce for 5 minutes. Like, you can wake up and you just, like, you feeling groggy, you feeling lazy, you feeling like, oh, I don't want to go today. I'm just no, get in your boots and jump for 5 minutes, and then when you
Right.
finish, you'd be like, wow, I actually feel better.
Yeah.
I feel good. But that hump sometimes is so hard to get over that hump, because we're naturally creatures of like sometimes it's easier to be negative than positive, especially
Yes.
when like life is not going the best way. Like when life is lifing, it's
Life be
easier to be
life.
negative.
Life be like it was today, like it was getting started. Life was life.
uh, life be life in it. Sometimes you just be like, man, like, oh, I just want to be negative. Can I just be
Yes.
negative? And it's like, nah, nah,
You
nah.
press
Like, let's
through.
get this positivity. Vibes is very, very strong. Like, you can
You
change.
press through.
I always love to say this. The mind doesn't know the difference between reality and unreality. You gotta tell it what you want it to do,
Thank
because
you. Say that one more time. One more
manifestation.
time. Say
I
that
said
again.
the mind does not know the difference between reality and unreality. You have to tell it what you want it to do. That's called
Yes.
manifestation, honestly,
Okay.
because you're telling what you want to happen. And so if you want to be happy, tell yourself, today I'm going to be happy. And I may have
Yes.
some stuff going on in my life right now, things I cannot control, but this I choose to be happy today, and it's for
Yes.
my own
That's
mental sake. And that's what you
I.
got. You have to talk to yourself sometimes. You got to have a little checkpoint. I do that all the time. Sometimes, I have so many things going on in my life, so many moving parts, and I'm like, oh my God, I feel overwhelmed right now. And I'm like, no, Jackson, 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 calm down. We're gonna focus on one thing at a time. If we can't get to that other thing, then it's okay because it's tomorrow's there. That's how I gotta do it. And I gotta tell myself that, and then my anxiety comes down, and I'm able to approach different situations from a better understanding. That's
Yes.
why it's sometimes so hard to get me mad because my thing is I have the control over making myself mad. You don't have the control. I do. So you can do whatever you want to make me mad, but guess what? I'm gonna tell myself I don't need that. I can let you
That's
fly
it.
off. I see my blessings. Thank you. I really hope that you enjoy your life and just keep on
Yes.
pushing it. Because at this point, I'm in control of my own destiny. Nobody else is in
Yes.
control of me
That's
and God.
that. I love that. I love that. I was recent. Well, not recently. Few years ago, I lost my grandmother and my mother back to back. I had
Mm-hmm.
never experienced such a loss, and I was clinically diagnosed with mild depression
Mm-hmm.
and anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And I was getting all these prescriptions and half of that shit. No. Um, and one of the things, well, let me back up a little bit. Before that happened, I had injured my knee, and I was talking to a health care professional, if you will. And he said, look, I'm taking you off work, not going to work for 3 months, no climbing stairs, no walking on an incline, no doing this, no doing that, no
Right.
squatting, no. I go, so, well, what can I do? He says, well, I will recommend one thing, but it's not in the book. And he said, rebounding fitness. So I was like, what is that? And he says, if you have access to what he calls a rebounder, and there's a difference between a rebounder and a mini trampoline. That's a whole other video. But in
Right.
essence, he was talking about a mini trampoline. He said, get on it, get the one with the handle, and just do a baby bounce. And I go, what's that? He said, you're just gonna let the mat move you, but don't take your feet off the mat. Just bounce. Now, eventually, you'll be able to jump and move. He said, I want you to do that. And I go, but I can't do all these other things. Why would I do that? Because we want to start strengthening. We want to start strengthening because what I found out was the meniscus sometimes is related to the thigh and the calf, those two muscles, and if they're weak, it'll take longer to heal, just all this kind of stuff. But what I
Right.
wasn't prepared for was it helped with my
Yeah.
anxiety. I
Yes.
even, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't even looking for that benefit of it, but it did. And for those watching, that that was my form of fitness. Maybe yours is dance, maybe yours is like, Jackie said, jumping rope, hiking, or whatever. But that movement or that key or serotonin or whatever it's called that you get that you find from what makes you happy
Mm-hmm.
while you're getting physically fit, that
Right.
I mean, it's something to look into.
Mm-hmm.
It's something to investigate. I'm just saying. So, also, on this note now, I want to know we talked about physical fitness, we talked about mental health and wellness. What about when it comes to nutrition? Are you on a strict diet? Because you don't look like you eat at Popeyes at all. I,
I
I,
try to make
I've seen you with your shirt off. I mean, you are fit. Let's just say. What's your diet like?
I try try to make very healthy choices. Of course, when I'm at home, I'm more routine. So I normally like bake me chicken, or do salads. I do a lot of salads. I do a lot of shots actually. Shots of like ginger, turmeric.
Yeah.
I kind of gave up on caffeine. I shouldn't say kind of. Well, I say kind of because I do occasionally get some caffeinated beverages.
Okay.
Um,
Like coffee? You don't drink coffee?
I don't. Oh, uh, uh, thank you, Alexis. I do drink occasionally. I may do like little caffeine fruit shots they have at the grocery store.
Okay.
So I'll do that. Try to get my water in. I also try to what else to do? I do to do supplementation. So I do like the vegan shakes for protein supplementation.
Nice.
So I mix that in, but mainly I try to stick to like chicken. I my dad died of colorectal cancer
Oh,
at 38 years old,
I'm sorry.
and so I've always been very like, um, try to be very very aware of what I'm eating.
Yeah.
Just being very very proactive with that. But yeah, I've always pretty had like a pretty decent diet. When
Okay,
it
but
comes to my
you don't have a strict diet. Like you don't do one meal
I
a
don't have
day.
a strict diet. I do a lot of traveling, so it's kind of hard to have a strict diet
Right.
because it's not, I don't want to be paying $40 to eat a salad 3 times a day, especially when I'm in my travels. So I be trying to find, put a local got some good salads there, and they don't use a lot of oil with their grilled chicken, so you're able to get like a nice amount of chicken, and it's not like heavily greased like going to Panda Express where they have like the teriyaki chicken and be all greased up and pumped with sodium.
Yeah,
So I
that's
try to
good.
like, be mindful of that. And then I also do like, outside of doing vegan shakes, I love like other vegan options like tempeh.
Oh,
I'll go to a vegan spot as well to, supplement my diet. So I like that.
yeah. Okay, so not heavy on the fast food and eating out. Eating out is expensive
Yeah,
anyway. But
it's very, very expensive. Yeah,
yeah.
very expensive.
Okay, I think that wraps it up. Thank you so much for your time and just giving you a heads up now. We're going to do a follow-up interview in 5 years.
That's totally fine. I love having these moments where you can kind of express yourself and just give your story about what your life has been like when it comes to rebounding. But rebounding
Yeah.
is a
And,
life-changing
and
situation.
on that note, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see rebounding fitness? Where do you see jump
So
rope in
I
the next
have
year?
I have this vision, and I manifested it to come to fruition. So I had this dream where I had a TV show called Rebounding with the Stars, and so I just imagine all these different types of rebounders, like across America, across the world, competing to be the next
No,
rebounding star of
amazing.
America. And so that's been in my head, and so that's where I see. And I don't know, like when it comes to like my journey, it seems like that's how I end up going into the entertainment, like, or at least like I'm getting into the entertainment community because it's kind of like weird because I'm like, wow, that's interesting. But I believe, stuff will happen. But it's just, yeah, that's why I see myself like I see myself on a show, orchestrating, rebounding with the stars, and getting different people taking
I
rebound to the next
love that. I haven't even heard of that before. Like, why didn't I think of that? That's such a good idea. Oh my God.
level. But of course, it has to be the time where it hits. It's streamlined. Once it streamlines in America, then something like that could very well be possible. Yeah.
Yes, I
Mm,
love it. Well, thank you, sir. Oh my God,
mm.
I appreciate your time because I know you could have been doing anything else in the world right now, but you chose to spend it with me and your lovely audience. So thank you very much. I appreciate
And thank you for having me. Like, I really like. I love having people like yourself communicating with people like yourself with such great positive energy.
it.
I think the world needs way more positivity, and having these moments where you can express that and show the different side of happiness, or at least some form of you just trying to be better for yourself than
Right on.
for anybody else. Because
Absolutely.
if you
Absolutely.
can't love yourself, how the
So
heck you gonna love anybody else?
that's it. Okay. Well, what's your next move? When can we expect to see you again? What's your next event? What you got? When you coming back to LA?
So there is an event actually happening in November. It's a jump fest.
Yeah,
Actually,
that's right. I'll be
yes.
there.
So I'm gonna be there. It's in LA. It's Sarah. There you go, Sarah Michelle.
Sarah
She's
Michelle,
gonna be having an
SNP
event in
Chunk,
LA.
hashtag Bounce Squad.
Yes. So I'm gonna teach another class,
Okay.
and
You gonna teach
yeah, it's
at
gonna
that
be
class?
cool. Huh?
You gonna teach at that class?
think she wants me to teach a jump rope session as well. I'm gonna confirm with her, but I think she wants me to teach a jump rope session. So this time you'll experience the Tabata music type, so then you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yes,
Yes, it's
I
gonna
will
be
be
it's
there,
gonna be a
honey.
whole
I'll be
vibe.
there. I love it. I'll be there. Thank you. Thank you, everybody who was watching. Thanks for the hearts. This was my very first interview and my very first live on Instagram. So thank you so much. I appreciate you helping me put this together.
Thank you. You have a
All
wonderful
right.
day. All right.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.